Hello, everyone. Welcome to Overcomers Empowerment Ministries. I am Pastor Derek Smith, and I want to thank you for taking the time to just stop by today to just be with me. Today is Father's Day, and I didn't want to preach a message. I just wanted to give a quick word to fathers. Um, we hear a lot about how fathers don't get the credit for all that they do, and there is so much that is, disregarded in the way of men and fatherhood and the whole nine. And men don't necessarily feel honored or cherished so much as Mother's Day. But that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to say that fathers, don't forget how important you are. But why are you so important? Why are fathers so important? Because fathers provide a name. Now you say, why is that important? Why is fathers providing a name so important? Proverbs 22:1 says, a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. Now, a name is not the arrangement of letters that give off a sound that causes people to recognize you. When somebody says your name, what they think about when your name is spoken, that is your name. That is your name. Now, why does a good name make a good father? Because your kids depend on your name. Not only your kids that you biologically, contributed to, but there are young people who rely on your name. How many coaches have put their reputation on the line for the sake of a kid who other people wouldn't give a chance? And because of that coach's name, that kid got a chance. How many men have stepped in for a young man who was not their father and let them have their name, not necessarily changing their last name on a birth certificate, but let their reputation cover somebody so that they can have an opportunity and they can have a chance. This is key. This is so important. This is something that we miss. And I know we like to praise biological fathers, but there are a lot of fathers out there that are fathers to kids who are not theirs. They didn't lay with the woman to make. But these are men who have paid the price to get a good name. They have made the sacrifices so that their name is good. But why is that so important? Because at some point in time, somebody is going to need your name. They're going to need the reputation you have built because they don't have a name of their own. And they don't have somebody or a name that represents them so that when they go out into the world, when they go out to do business, when they go out to interact with people, people receive them in a good way. When a kid has a father with a bad name, it is detrimental. Now you say, how important is a name? Why do you think there are gangs, street gangs? Street gangs provide a name. If you go somewhere and you represent Crip or Blood or whatever the gang affiliation you have, there is protection. There is something that the name does for you that you can't do for yourself. There is something that you gain from carrying that name that you wouldn't be able to have access to if it was just you and your name. A good name is important. So I want to say happy Father's Day to all of the men who have fought the good fight, to establish a good name and who have used that name to help somebody else, some young person who didn't have a good name, who didn't come into this world under a good name, and who doesn't even know their own name. Sometimes you let them use your name until they can build up their own name enough to where they can stand on their own. This is key. This is important. So happy Father's Day to the coaches who work tirelessly to help kids build a name and understand what it means to have it. To the pastors who father young people in their congregation, who teach them the things that they need to learn and also go to bat for them in public arenas where their name would not get it done. To every mentor, anybody who has stepped in, seeing a child who needed a name, and you lend them yours to show them the importance of a name, but also to give them the opportunity to establish a name. And why are names so important? Names can protect future generations. When you have a good name, your child comes up hearing the reputation that you have, and they don't want to tarnish it. So it puts them in a position where they protect your name. They make better decisions because of your name, because of the reputation that you have. They make better choices because they don't want your name to be destroyed or thought differently of. This is key. This is important. Fathers are important. But for you as a father, for those men who may be listening to this now, I implore you, make sure you establish a good name, not just for you, but for somebody else who will need it at some point in time. May not be a kid that you birthed into this world, but somebody somewhere will need somebody's reputation that they can lean and depend on. And that could be you. So thank you for all the men who are doing this, for the men who are in the fight to make a good name. Stay in that fight. It is a good fight, and you will win. Every choice, every decision is important. Make good choices because your name is on the line. I just wanted to drop by and say this real quick for all of the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day. I pray that God will bless you with strength that you need to continue to fight for your name. And may God bless you. I appreciate you, and see you next week.